Off the Rails Friday on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. I don't know if I should have opened up with that, with a very important Game 6 going on somewhere, but it is because it's Friday. We'll welcome in Doug MacLean in a little while. Rick Tocchet will join us in the second hour. In the meantime, we're glad everybody's on board. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, a very nervous Sammy McKee, Jake the Snake Schultz, and Derek Brandale for the next 2 hours. We're live on Sportsnet 360, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, Sportsnet 960 in Calgary, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. And if you don't catch us live, kick back at any point during the weekend and load up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube where you can find us. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Boys, can you tell them all in tonight for Game 6?
Love it. Love it. This is not a Halloween costume. This is a Game 6 costume. And, Kip, is it Vladdy Guerrero Jr. on the back?
No, it's not. Take a look and tell me if you want to buy a vowel on this one.
I'll try to read this. We got the hood in the way, but...
Move the hood.
Can you move the hood? Andreopolis. Yeah, we got it.
I will say...
The name of a good restaurant on Danforth.
You Greek? You Greek? No, back of the line. Back of the line.
Every time I go to the game, I've gone to Game 1 of the ALCS where they did the intros. All the times they've done the intros or whatever.
Alex Andropoulos.
Whenever they introduce that guy in the bullpen, I'm like, Kipper's got to know that guy.
Just any Greek in
But
Toronto.
listen,
you got to have some.
You give me a game-worn, like, Vladdy shirt today or a trade jersey. Like, this is the one I'm wearing.
That's awesome.
This is the one I'm wearing. And remember Eddie Olchuk when they left Winnipeg to go to Phoenix? And he said, when we win the championship, it's coming back to Winnipeg. Well, when we win tonight, it's going to Greek Danforth for Souflaki.
As it should. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Boys are all in the Jays gear today.
Yeah, you guys look good, too.
I got to tell you, Kip is in proper gear, handling it, excited as a fan. Sam's not doing good.
No. We've seen Sam before like this during the Leaf runs.
Yeah. And he's trying to say, oh, it's not the same. The Leafs weren't as far or whatever. But he's still just off. You know, like he's preoccupied.
So, like, take us to Sammyville for a second. Okay?
The one where I was just texting our boss to try to get a media pass to tonight's game? Is that the guy?
Oh, media?
Just, nothing too extravagant here, but what's it like waking up being you today on a day like this?
I could do like a get ready with me TikTok if you guys want.
No.
I
403 ice wash.
I just woke up
nervous.
Like, here's the thing. Bonnie and I discussed this before the show, but I really, really believe in this team. I believe that they are going to win.
And we've heard this. We've heard it with the Leafs.
There's a buck coming.
No, we've heard it with the Leafs too.
No, he's never believed in the Leafs.
No. Yesterday it was like this. I mean, yesterday. Last season, it was this feels different for the Leafs.
Yeah,
we had it. We did discuss it.
I'm not talking about the Leafs right now. What I'm saying is this team has come through for me more in this last month than the Toronto Maple Leafs has in 10 years.
Of course.
So
where they're one game away from a major championship. You'd feel the same way about the Leafs if they got to a conference final.
What I'm saying is I want to believe, and I do believe, I'm just horrified of believing. Like the anxiety I have from the belief that I have is very, very hard to manage. I don't know.
You're scared, Sammy, of being hurt.
Don't be afraid to love.
I am incredibly afraid of being hurt. And there's not many things I want more. Like, listen, I'm on a hockey show with you guys. I talk with the Leafs. The Leafs will clearly always be my number one love. But Jays aren't far behind, boys. It's my whole life. It's been Leafs all winter, Jays all summer. Yeah. I'm a diehard Jays fan. They matter to me almost as much as the Leafs. The fact that they have a chance to win a championship tonight is something that, quite frankly, I didn't know if I'd ever be able to see that. And being this close and having the possibility of it not happening is one of the most horrifying thoughts that I can think. So that's what I'm trying to bat back.
Yeah.
But I truly do believe. But there's the back of my mind that is absolutely terrified. That's where I'm at.
I think that's what makes sports so great is that This is my nightmare.
It's not my nightmare. The Jays are in Game 6 of the World Series with a chance to win it.
It's that seed of doubt that every fan has at some point.
Yeah, and I think in Sam's case, and I know he likes the Raptors, but it's different.
I love the Raptors, but it's not.
like
they're not even
every
close
time
to these two.
In your life, every time as a sports fan, you've let yourself believe it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, mostly. The only other thing that I will say, and you guys won't care about this, but my beloved Onside Attack won the OHL championship in Game 7 overtime, which I was present for, and that'll always be incredibly meaningful. But major sports, I don't really like to let myself believe because I've been let down a lot. And now I believe, and I'm horrified of it.
That's the only way to live.
So we'll see. I mean, I know Kyper's going to be in the building tonight, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be electric down there.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's nice that they're getting the real fans in there tonight. So.
How'd you get a ticket?
He's Kyper.
Listen, sometimes all you have to do is just ask.
Just ask. Go try that.
Just
Sam.
ask. Have
See
you
how
asked
that works.
anybody?
I've literally exhausted every possible option. It's
Well, that's
I'm
the
coming
other
to
part.
grips.
I'm not.
coming to grips.
I forgot to mention to
You're
you.
paying.
You got to ask the right people.
Oh yeah. You want to ask them for me too?
Do you have any right people?
I have lots of right people. I've been to lots of
And
incredible games.
they've given you no.
Buddy,
Then they're the wrong
it's
people.
a $10,000 ticket that you're sitting in tonight, buddy. It's not like it's. So, anyways, I'll be watching maybe from my couch. Don't know yet.
We're doing a projector on our street with our neighbors. Post trick or treating.
Not very nice out there.
Well, no, it's not. But we'll be out there trick or treating anyway.
Yeah.
That'll be kind of the end of the trick or treat. Little bonfire inside to watch it by third, fourth inning.
My wife's down visiting her parents. I'm at the house alone, and it just dawned on me. It's Halloween, like 5 minutes before I left for the studio here.
Lights out. Dark house.
No, the lights are automatic, so I'm not messing with those.
But I just meant you can't put out a jack-o'-lantern or anything.
No,
you just gotta,
no. I went straight to the napkin with a Sharpie with "Gone to the World Series."
Carton of smokes. Take one if they win.
That's the sign on my door. Gone to the World Series.
That's really cool. Hey, who would be upset at that?
Sorry, kids.
Yeah.
This, I've seen so many people like on my Instagram and on Twitter and everywhere that are flying in from different parts of the country in different parts.
My cousin Katie Juba, she'll be there.
Bingo. Our boy Ken Weeb from Winnipeg, he's flying in. He's going to Game 6 and
Canada's
7.
team, baby.
It's a truly, truly beautiful thing.
Sammy, I don't want to hear Game 7 out of you for the rest of the 2 hours. It's Game 6.
Can I read you
and then
something?
It's over. Or else, if there's a set, if I go, first of all, I won with the Yankees. I went there. I won with the Mariners. I got to go.
Oh, you were there for the
one.
clinch?
No, not the clinch.
Oh, just to see a game.
Yeah.
Game 6?
Game 6.
Yeah.
So I have to go 3-0. If they lose tonight, I'm with you in the basement.
Well,
we should actually
tomorrow
go to
night.
Sam's and watch it in his basement.
that would be quite
I
a
think
scene.
Allie's out of town.
So, just in that vein, I thought I should be journalistic and read this. In 2023, say his first name, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, pitched in Game 6 of the Japan series. His team, the Oryx Buffaloes, were trailing 3-2 in the series against the Hanshin Tigers. Yamamoto threw a complete game with 138 pitches to force a Game 7, setting a new Japan series record with 14 strikeouts. This is a man who is not afraid of this moment. This is the final boss, the final hurdle, the boogeyman. If they're going to win.
You're missing the most important thing. He gave up 3 runs that night.
Listen,
Right. Yeah.
He gave up 3.
Wasn't untouchable.
That's right.
Gosman's on the hill, bud. Pretty good.
I'm telling you right now, if they're going to win the World Series tonight, they're facing one pitcher. And it's going to be Yamamoto. They're going to have to beat him.
It'll only
They're not going to bring in their bullpen with this guy in there. It's going to be a close game.
It will just add to the already amazing story of their season, which could go down as one of the greatest in Major League history.
You beat the Dodgers. You beat the Mariners.
No, boys.
Beat the
Last
Yankees.
place
Yeah.
to World Championship. Like they were last place. Think about that for a second.
They were 500 in May.
Yeah. When half the people in the building weren't watching.
25 or something.
You know, and half the
I
people in the
told
building
you,
tonight were watching the game.
They were the Leafs in May.
They were. Well, listen, I sent
What's
that.
wrong with them? Why don't they look good?
Here's the
What's
theory.
wrong with Vladdy?
The crossover theory was that all of the positive life force is the Jays. And once the Jays use it up and win, the Leafs can get it back. Vladdy can put the spirit of life back in Austin.
We need Doug MacLean here to prove to everybody that this is a hockey show.
Today it's a combo at best. Our audience is Canadian mostly. What do you think it is? 80% Canadian?
Oh, we got a
60%?
we got a lot of people all over the world.
Well, we love you wherever you are.
Okay. Off the Rails Friday can only mean one thing. The next 15 minutes will end up in the ditch. Former NHL president, GM, head coach, the one, the only, Doug MacLean. You okay?
You're not going to believe this.
That's a crispy white tea, man.
Yeah, like,
That's
is
nice.
that fruit of the loom or is that actually a...
That's fresh.
Polo.
Ooh.
Polo.
They sell those at Winners now.
All right, what are we not going to believe?
Well, you'll never believe who I had lunch with today.
Oh, no. Jill?
He said that you are the guy that made him come up with his greatest quote of all time in hockey as coach. And I said, what was that? He said, I had this player that was constantly in my office wanting to know why he was always on the fourth line. Why am I always on the fourth line? Why am I always on the fourth line? And finally he said to you, because you're on the fourth line because I don't have a fifth line.
Okay, give him up.
Anyway, Mike Keenan says to say hello.
Oh, my goodness. Mike, where are you hanging out with Mike these days?
Well, we were at the Sandbar for lunch, and I got a call from him this week, and I where's this number coming from? Anyway, it was Key West. He's looking to move to Delray, so I was just giving him the goods on Delray Beach. So we had a great visit. Visit, and your name did come up.
Well,
so,
I appreciate that. What do you think, Iron Mike, or even a guy like you from way back when, dealing with goalies? We know Mike was known as Mr. Hook on the goalies, didn't have much patience for them, but there seems to be a bit of a thing going on right now with goalies in post-game comments talking about either doing their own job or what they'd like to see from their team up front. And Ullmark was the latest one that had to backpedal the other day on his comments about the Ottawa Senators being immature.
I've never seen this between Ullmark, Stolarz, Wolf. Like, enough already. Just stop the puck. Just stop the puck. And I mean, I guess, I'm obviously, I didn't have the greatest goaltenders, but I know one guy, John Van Beesbrook. I mean, Beezer was a sort of guy that if I didn't play him, if I put Mark Fitzpatrick in, which Mark might have played 20 games a year, and every time I'd put Mark in, Beezer wouldn't talk to me, which was okay, because he was that competitive. But over the years, I've never seen this from goaltenders talking so much. And I'm watching Ullmark last night, and I'm thinking, like, when you have an 800 and something save percentage, just keep quiet and be a team guy, and especially when you're a Ullmark guy or a Stolarz guy, where you're supposed to be leaders on these teams. Wolf gets a big contract, and he's the next one. This is a guy that was in the minors for whatever, and Elk had a great year last year. Great credit to him. But come on, keep quiet. Let the main leaders or the coach or the GM talk about the group. I'm blown away by it, to be quite honest. I really am.
Well, and all the guys that have spoken out, Ullmark, Wolf, Stolarz, all were about like an 880 save percentage or something like that. So the timing was...
Exactly. It's not good. And I mean, I talked to somebody in Ottawa during the game last night. I said, like, come on, this guy's got some big time pressure on him to get a win for this team, to get a win. And all of a sudden I look today, they're back in the, back in the playoffs. And it is a dogfight, guys.
Yeah.
To make the playoffs. I mean, it is scary when you look at what's happening with the parity and so on. And, to have these distractions, not only what they do to the coach and the management, you just don't need it. And I was thinking about the Leafs this morning, your team, and I'm thinking 92.6 save percentage last year, Stolarz and Wall. 92.6 save percentage. Let's not kid ourselves. They were two of the guys that got the Leafs in the playoffs last year. And they need Wall to come back now. And, obviously he's not ready yet, but they need those two guys to help them get in the playoffs right now, boys. It's that critical. Mm-hmm. That's where it is. And I'm hoping Wall's going to come back. Look, he looked terrific last year. Even in the playoffs, this kid was really good. And I'm hoping he comes back and he and Stolarz can regain and become what they have to be, because this is not a good hockey team right now. Like, I watched that Columbus game the other night. That was terrifying watching that.
So
how can you Bourne, you've coached, you've been a video guy and you've been a coach.
Yeah.
Nick's been a player, analyst. How do you not know how to play in the neutral zone?
You don't even have to be good for that part.
Neutral zone defense is one of the most critical coaching components that there is. When you don't have the puck, how do you play in the neutral zone? Mm-hmm. And I'm watching this game the other night, and I'm thinking, what in God's name is going on with this hockey team? 5-on-2s?
Mac.
Anyway,
as a guy that's been behind the bench a long, long time, how big of a challenge is it for some coaches now to turn this thing around? And I there's the Leafs, there's Tampa, there's St. Louis, there's Edmonton. Like, these are high expectation hockey clubs right now, and they're off to a tough start here. Which coach has the biggest challenge right now?
Oh, I look at, watching the way Bouchard's playing in Edmonton, and the goaltending situation. They've been to the finals 2 years in a row. They're just not playing inspired hockey. But I think Berube's got the toughest job. I really do, because this has become a team that looks disjointed and really slow. I said it on your show a couple of weeks ago. I thought they were looking slow, but it didn't jump out at me till I watched them play Columbus the other night. So they've got to figure this out as to how they're going to play. And I happen to think Craig's a good coach, and they've got to get this going. And everybody talks Marner. By the way, I looked the other night. Dora Fayoff in Vegas has 9 goals playing with Marner. He's on pace to score 70 goals. Score a day off is what his nickname is in Vegas, and he's playing with Marner.
Well,
so we're going to really
find a good player.
I'm watching Matthews. Do you see him getting grade A scoring chances even on the power play, non-threat, 5-on-5, non-threat? I don't see him getting quality one-time great setup type passes right now. People are wondering what's wrong with him. Am I wrong on that?
No, we've had a pretty good discussion over it yesterday as well. So as a coach, Mac, what more talented players did you deal with that you said, oh my God, we got to get this guy going? And how do you go about it then if you're Berube?
Every coach has to deal with it. And, right now, everybody says, well, you're missing a top 6 forward. Yeah, you're missing a top 6 forward who was Matthews' number one support guy that really, every time Marner got the puck, his number one option was, where is Matthews and how do I get him the puck? Nyes, I think, the other night when I watched them play, I thought Nyes was their best player. I forget who that was against. Was it? I saw Columbus, but even before that, against
Calgary.
Buffalo. Against Buffalo. He was. I thought he was their best player. So they got Nyes with him. The question is, who do they get with him that can get him the puck? I know Domi, they tried the Max there. They tried Nylander there. I mean, I don't know, but they've got to have a skilled guy that can make plays, and they don't have the right guy right now. And I'm telling you what, if they don't get him going, they're not going to make the playoffs. That's how tough it is. They got to get him going. Yeah. And he's that good a player. I mean, I heard your conversation, which I thought was a great conversation with Craig Simpson the other day about, trying Robertson there. And it just so happened that he wasn't going to be there. And then because of Nylander's injury, he ended up there and he scored. He is a pure scorer. I mean, he is a guy that can score. I think they've got to experiment to see if this guy can make plays. I don't know him as well as you guys do, but when you've got a talent, you've got to try some of those guys. Marcelli, we talked about. I thought he looked good the other night, but he's not the guy. He's not there yet. I like him, but he's not there yet. And that is Berube's number one issue right now, is finding the right combo there. Nylander, I'm not sure he's that type of guy, although he's probably their best player, but I'm not sure he's the right fit there.
Doug, last thing on Toronto before we take it around the league a little bit. First off, Marner has 2 assists on Dorofeyev goals. Let's calm down on that part. My thing with Matthews is that...
No, just a minute now. It's more than just... It's not always the assists that matter. It's this, it's what... he does a lot more than just get assists.
I know. He's an all-around player. The guy got Selke votes. He's a fantastic player.
You're starting to sound like Leaf fans now.
No, quite the opposite.
Next thing you know, you'll be criticizing Trey. Trey a moment.
I'm criticizing the captain, and I'm not taking
Austin is the franchise player for the Leafs. Trey is the franchise player for my Blue Jays. I haven't watched the ball game in 4 years. Jill and I have not missed a game. We're in Hilton, Ed, and we have to watch the Jays play,
Where are you going to watch the Jays tonight? Is it even, you're just at home on TV?
The same room I'm sitting in, I'm going to watch the Jays. But the other night, I watched them till the end of the 9th. Jill woke me up after the 18th and said they won, or they lost. The 18th, so I missed 9 innings of it. Anyway.
All right, well, we'll turn the page on the Leafs here and take it across Canada a little bit. The Vancouver Canucks right now are they're hurt. They're decimated with injuries and all that. But
9 guys out of their lineup.
Yeah, 9 guys. And, they needed everything to go perfectly this year to begin with.
And Kiefer's that guy.
Well, he got 9 goals, no assists. Cy Young winner here.
Demko has changed their team.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 reasons. I think Demko has changed their season, and Adam Foote, to me, I had Adam for 2 or 3 years in Columbus. He was a captain of Colorado. He was a captain in Columbus. I think Adam, just watching from afar, I think Adam has come in there and been a really, really good fit. He's a solid hockey guy. He knows the game. I really like what he's doing there, but Demko has really been the difference maker there. There's no denying that. And, so can the Leafs, if the Leafs get goaltending and all of a sudden their defense doesn't look like they're stuck in mud.
They look old.
They look old and slow.
Yeah.
Seriously. But anyway, I don't know how Vancouver are doing it. Big win last night for them. A lot of guys contributing. And, sometimes when it's a first-year coach, you get that energy, you get that jump. But full marks to Adam and the group there.
I want to circle back to Edmonton, but before
I have a goal today. I want to leave this show
positive
and not have any aggravation for the rest of the week. I don't want Ty Domi mad at me. I don't want anybody mad at me.
Did that happen last time?
Turn over a new leaf. I don't want anybody mad at me anymore. It's not worth it. So it's not worth it for me.
What happened there? You questioned Max last week, and now I told you, if he starts looking for you, man, you're in big trouble.
I know. Don't tell him I live in Jupiter, Ford.
Listen, before we get to Edmonton, just Calgary, and nobody expected Calgary to challenge or be this team all of a sudden.
No. Eric Francis did. Did he?
Okay. But how do you manage that now at 2-8-1 here? Manage expectations and yet push these guys to show a lot more, because last time I checked, There's a lot more hockey games to play this season.
Like when you're at game 10 and you're looking ahead and you got 72 more games, it's a grind. And then you've got the Kadri situation. What do you do with Kadri? Where does Kadri end up? Does he decide he wants to go to a contender? And how many people would be lined up for him? So you know what? It's a tough situation for Craig Conroy. I watched them play Ottawa last night. I thought they really battled hard. I thought they did. To me, they're just in a rebuild, and they got a little ahead of themselves because Wolf stood in his head last year. They thought they were better than they really are. Wolf will come back to reality this year, and they're gonna have a tough year.
Another team coming up for the Leafs here, Philadelphia Flyers. We're going to talk to Rick Tocchet later on in the show. But they got Trevor Zegras is kind of coming on a little bit. This guy, everyone thought he was just going to be an Instagram superstar. Have you seen players that can change their style of play after they come into the league and mature and be someone different than they were when they showed up?
He was sort of a enigma, for sure. You just didn't know what was going to become of them. And I think it happens when guys get a break and they get traded. And I listened to him talk, I don't know if it was last night or today, I listened to him say, when you get traded to a franchise like the Philadelphia Flyers, you don't want to embarrass yourself. And I thought it was a great comment by a young player who, has got big time talent, but hasn't been able to put it all together. I think a guy like Tocchet is a real plus for a guy like that as well. You notice how complimentary I'm being of everybody today. I think everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna put an end to that. Okay, Evan Bouchard. Okay.
Oh man.
Every coach has had challenges in terms of getting guys to play in certain areas of the ice better. We all know where that is with Evan Bouchard. But can you coach those blatant giveaways out of a player to a certain degree, Mac? Or is that just live with it when it comes to Bouchard?
Look, you watch him in the playoffs last year. How good was he?
Sure.
How good was he?
Yeah,
and you know exactly what he's doing. He's got so much confidence in his ability that he can make that extra move. We talked about him last week against the Islanders, when he got stripped of the puck against the Islanders. Then last night he's a -3 and really, giving the puck away in some critical situations. I really believe he will come out of it. And I suspect I think Knobloch's handling it pretty well. And he just basically says what I just said, because he believes in his skill level, his talent. But, making those errors right now, and they went through the very same thing last year, the Oilers. Very same thing. The goaltending was average. Their blue line was average. What's McDavid? How many goals has McDavid got to this point?
I think he's at 3.
Yeah. So I guess Matthews is doing all right at 5, So I guess we don't have to panic because both of them will probably end up having pretty good years, I would say, before it's over, if they can figure it out,
Pretty good players, not too worried about them. Shocks of the year, Doug, looking through the first 10, 12 games, any teams stand out to you where you went, wow, I guess Pittsburgh stands out to me as the one where you're like, wait, that's
blown away.
What is happening there? Dan Muse is apparently Al Arbor.
But yeah, he's the new Al Arbor. But more than that, look at Malkin's line. Malkin's 6'3".
Yeah.
Mantha's 6'6".
Yeah.
Brassot is 6'5", and all of a sudden Malkin is having the time of his life playing with these guys. And all of a sudden, all of them have 12, 14 points. And I'm thinking this line is the biggest line in the NHL, and they're doing some serious damage. And Malkin is having more fun than he's had in 3 years. And Pittsburgh, we're going to go buy him after this year, probably. And now I'm saying, well, that's your best line. And they've been unbelievable. So you watch that line, it's scary to watch.
Wouldn't it feel better, Mac, if not going to I'll exclude Crosby, but at the end of the day, your 2 best players are 40 and 38. So what's the exit strategy here for them to push, maybe find themselves in the first round of the playoffs, out a conference final? Can they be the Blue Jays and go from last to basically first and win a championship? Like, what is the end game for this team this season? Because it was
Last time I
McKenna
looked,
before.
There's nobody on their name on their lineup with the name Trey. By the way, I said on a show the other day, Troy and Jill screaming, "It's Trey!"
Attaboy, Jill. Keep him honest.
Doug, you're always learning.
But you know what? Pittsburgh, I mean, I don't see them making the playoffs, but they're in first place today. Like, seriously, they're in first place. And I've always been a big Dubas guy, as you know. And,
what are we doing
you know, I just, I don't know what to think of it. I really don't. They haven't had goaltending for 2 years, and all of a sudden they're playing hard. The kid, the coach reminds me a little bit of the guy that took over in Washington and did a heck of a job, Carberry. I mean, he reminds me of that type of coach. So I would never criticize a nobody that's coaching, because I was at one time a nobody coaching in the NHL, and I didn't win Coach of the Year, but I came close.
It's full circle,
Coach Doug. You're an all-star.
It's full circle, because we turned you into a nobody on this show.
The guy that beat me out for Coach of the Year, I was the Hockey News Coach of the Year in my first year in the NHL, but the guy that beat me out, and I couldn't believe he beat me out. I couldn't believe Scotty Bowman beat me out.
You was robbed.
Anyway,
little name recognition playing into it there.
Yeah.
So
I did tell Mike Keenan, I thought, he was my idol when I was growing up. I told him that, but anyway.
So we talked about a team we thought that was bad that ended up being good in Pittsburgh. Good teams that are not off to great starts. Florida Panthers, we know they're injury related by and large. Minnesota Wild are 3-6-3. The Blues are 3-6-2. Like, those are supposed to be pretty good hockey clubs.
Well, the Blues were really in a rebuild, till they got the guys from Edmonton, and all of a sudden it fast-tracked it there. I'm not surprised that, they're okay. Will they squeak in? Will they not? To me, they're going to be a late seed. But Minnesota, I thought they would be better than this. I know they're after Hines now big time. Billy's starting to take a little bit of heat there. They looked like they were going to be a real good team at the end of last year. It's really bad when they're after the owner. And Craig Leopold is even starting to get some heat, So they're a team that doesn't really excite me. But the way they played late in last season, I thought they were going to take a big step this year, and they haven't for quite a while. So it'll be interesting to see if they can put it all together. But you're right, between not Vegas, but Florida with injuries. But Tampa Bay is another team that I'm shocked by. And the Rangers. I mean, I didn't pick the Rangers to make the playoffs, but seriously, they fired Gerard Gallant, they fired Laviolette. Now they got the next thing to God coaching them in Sullivan, and they can't get out of their own way. I mean, the guy you have on the TV analytics guy, the goalie,
Valiquette.
Even he's depressed. And he is the most optimistic.
It was
guy.
his Yankee cap that made him depressed.
He even when he's talking about his scoring chance analytics, he's even down in the dumps right now. He can't even find a positive thing to say.
Okay.
Let alone Dave Maloney.
One quick one here before we let you go. I'll give you 4 teams that have done a great job out of the gate. Detroit, Seattle, Utah,
Montreal,
and we'll throw Montreal in there. Which one, without a doubt, has the staying power to stay with the big boys?
I said on this show, I wish you would save the tapes because you could go back and verify.
We don't do tapes anymore. Everything's digital now.
Oh, digital. I forgot about that.
Get with the times.
I said Utah, and no more excuses for Utah. No more excuses. We said that on this show a month ago, and look, they look like they've got a good-looking team all of a sudden. I don't know they have the staying power. I'm not a fan of Seattle. I don't see them sticking there, but we'll see. And who was the other team? Montreal.
Yeah.
Montreal's a pretty talented group. If their goaltending holds up, I think they've got a chance to do some damage. Detroit, I'm glad. I mean, it's 9 years out of the playoffs. As my good friend Jimmy D said, Doug, seriously, I can't even believe it that we're 9. He didn't say 9. He had another word in between 9 years. He had a word in between 9 years that I can't say that we haven't made the playoff. So, Detroit, is the Yzer plan finally coming true? They're playing well. And you know what? I'll tell you another team I watched them play Toronto. Buffalo, I know they're still scrambling, but Buffalo don't look bad. The game I watched, they played Florida. They beat Florida and Buffalo. I thought they played really well. I thought some of their kids had some great, energy and jump and skill. So Buffalo has got to be better. They've got to be better, and I think they have a chance to be. So it's going to be a dogfight to make the playoffs, guys. It really is.
Very positive today, Mac.
Parity like I've never seen it. Okay, if you see tie.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was driving in North Carolina, and I listened to you with the Big E on, and I never saw so much ass kissing in my life about, hey, Big E, or say, Big E, hey, Big E. And anyway,
we're trying to raise money.
I know.
He's a fairly accomplished guy, Doug.
Yeah, and he can crush me still on the ice.
No. I was on the bench coaching against him, the Legion of Doom, and he's scared. I was not only scared of him, I was scared of his mother.
All right, we'll let you go here. Hey, when I first saw you, for those of you that can't see, he's got the white blinds in the back. He's got the white T-shirt. He's got I thought I was interviewing the man from Glad for a second there.
These are outlet polos from Freeport, Maine.
Are you going to hand out any candy at all anywhere you are tonight?
I told you that I went to the Tanger outlet malls, did I?
I think we missed that.
Well, Tanger outlet malls. I played golf with this guy at Indian Creek, and I introduced myself to him. His name was Steve Tanger. And I said, Tanger outlet malls. Oh, okay. Yeah, Steve, nice to meet you. And the only thing I liked about him, he was a worse golfer than I was. But at the end of the game, I get into my royal blue SUV, and he got into his royal blue Rolls Royce. And he got in the back seat of his, and I was driving on.
He threw a pack of those T-shirts at you and said, "Here, looks like you could use some help."
Well, listen, can you get him to sponsor our Real Kyper and Bourne show for Easter Seals?
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys are becoming big. Oh, I got the best story ever.
Oh, no.
You're not going to believe
it. Hurry.
I walk into the Sonesta Hotel in Hilton Head. I walk up and I'm checking in, and I give the guy my credit card, and he said, I love listening to you on the Real Kyper and Bourne show.
When you're on.
Can you believe that? And this is in Hilton Head, South Carolina. The kids
Did we get you a discount?
And I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Philadelphia, but I catch you all the time when you're on the Real Kyper and Bourne show. I said, I'm pretty big still.
Really big. Not a lot of people know this, but Doug MacLean is very famous. Yes. All right, Mac.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the ball game tonight.
Thanks a lot for having me on, guys. I told Keenan I was coming on. He was very excited.
All right. You guys both pushing books, right? Doug MacLean, everybody. All right, boy, he was talkative.
Let's go.
Great. That's good.
All right, we're breaking.
Yeah.
We got to catch our breath after that one. More Real Kyper and Bourne after these words. Welcome back to the program. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. Malkin has 17 points.
In 12 games. He is currently 2 points back of the league lead, held by Jack Eichel. Scheifele's at 18 points, and then it's Malkin, McKinnon.
Wouldn't you feel better?
Pasta.
Trade him right this second.
Wouldn't you feel better if, like, there was a couple of young kids there that
Ben Kindle
are kind of driving this thing, and then the Malkins and the Crosbys still can be great?
Yeah, they have the one young kid in Kindle. Other than that, it's not young. So, yes, that would feel much better.
Hey, Malkin now is really not going anywhere.
Or they should trade him while he's at his absolute highest value.
Is that not a reasonable suggestion?
Imagine Sid.
He
I
think he's got a complete no move, does he not?
Oh, maybe.
I'm
But
sure.
Can you see on?
Sure, I can go on here. Dubas calls Sid into his office. Hey, yeah, Sid. So, I know that guy that you've played with your whole career and is leading the team in scoring. You guys have the best record in the league. We traded him.
Imagine having to tell McKinnon you traded Rantanen,
Yeah, it would probably not be fun.
you know, and then you get beat by Rantanen.
Oof. With a hat trick in the third period of the game 7.
Ugh.
Forgot that happened, eh? That was tough. Oh, this is uncomfortable.
Wasn't.
I don't. Yeah. Sid's having fun again.
He is.
So-
Eight goals, 7 assists, 15 points for him, I think. Not too shabby. Yeah, it's a cool leaderboard. You can see some of the young guys coming up through it, right? Macklin Celebrini has 17
When
points.
when you look at the league though, and you see a few teams that
No move clause.
are supposed to be,
An NMC.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's not going anywhere, especially now.
especially now.
When you see so many teams and some of them with higher expectations that are struggling, and every team has warts.
That's the salary cap. rule.
But that's now even more of a lure for Pittsburgh to say, let's just see how far we can go with this thing. Like, in all honesty,
Yeah.
I really believe that Kyle Dubas is sitting there going,
crap.
damn.
Yeah.
Like, why are we so good right now? And why are we out of McKenna right now?
You know what's crazy if you think about it? So they have 18 points through 12 games. They're 8-2-2. So how many points to get in playoffs do you think? Call it 95, something like that. Is that
Always historically been right around
So-
93, 96.
right? So they need another 75 points over 70 games. They can basically play 500 hockey and make the playoffs.
Well, yeah.
Close.
And now all of a sudden, their odds of beating some other teams to spots have dramatically improved.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who they have been beating is also interesting.
But how's their schedule been? Fairly easy?
Yeah, they started with the Rangers. They beat the Rangers. They beat the Islanders. They beat the Kings. They beat the Sharks. They beat the Canucks. They beat the Panthers. And then they beat the Blues and they beat the Wild.
The site I use has
Wouldn't
them
exactly
the
say-
fourth easiest
Yeah.
schedule so far.
Habs number 1 on that list.
Easiest schedule, second
Yeah.
easiest is the Habs.
Yeah.
Easiest is the Winnipeg
I was
Jets.
going to say Leafs. Are they might be high?
Leafs, so like 10th easiest.
Yeah.
So we'll I think we'll know a lot more
Hardest schedule.
Saturday when they
Flames.
play the Jets. Is it the Jets they play?
Yeah, like they'll
Saturday?
this all balances out. If this site I use, I'm just on Power Rankings Guru. It's one of those sites, and it gives you the strength of schedule remaining. The Penguins have the hardest remaining schedule in the NHL, according to this. So it's going to get hard for them. That is coming at some point. Man. Easiest remaining schedule is the Colorado Avalanche, who have the best hockey team in the league.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So that's
Did you see
President's
enough of
Trophy fave.
the Rangers come from behind overtime win to say that this team should be in the mix?
They're totally in the. They're fine.
Shesterkin was really good in the third too to kind of.
He did give up
He-
though the one.
I know,
the first
but
one.
towards the end when Edmonton was still kind of pushing to put the game away, he did not allow it.
Yeah.
There are a few really flashy star goalies left in the NHL. He is like your vintage flashy.
He's got the it factor.
That just, he makes the saves you don't expect him to, has some flashy glove save, cross-eye. I don't really like goalies. This has been pretty well documented on this show. I mean, I like our guests who are goalies, but
Yes.
I don't really like talking about them. I think it should just be a board in there, and then everybody should play hockey and just be the same. There's 4 holes. We never have to worry about anything.
Valley.
Speaking of
Sorry,
goalies,
Valley.
today.
Speaking of goalies, we did discuss Ullmark with Doug MacLean. If you're just joining us now, download us and catch his thoughts on Ullmark calling his team immature. But
We do have both the clips.
yeah, let's.
Do you want to
let's
listen
have
to
a
the
quick
first
listen.
one?
Yes.
Okay, so Derek, I
This
put
is
the
after a loss, right?
after a loss. It's actually clip 2 is the first one. Sorry to be confusing, but if you could play the first Ullmark clip, which is actually clip 2.
Unfortunately, a little bit of immaturity today. It's not easy winning in this league. You can't go out there and put up 2 nights in a row and then expect to do it a third time. It has to come, especially on a back-to-back. There's a skill playing in back-to-backs, especially in the second game. It's really tough, especially when you're doing a travel as well. And there's a lot of things today I think that we could have done better. We just have to look at ourselves in the mirror and come to terms of what we did, learn from it, and move on.
That's pretty direct, man. Coming off 2 wins to call your team immature
And
after
then,
1 loss.
would you like to hear last night's comments?
Yes.
And then comments from last night, which is clip 1, please, Derek.
You know, I came out a little hot last game and saying some things that I might, afterwards re-edit. And I got to eat them up today because I felt that we played a mature game today. Really, that's what we did. We were down 3 times in the game, and we came back all 3 times and grabbed the win in shootout. That shows some guts and some maturity right there.
Sounds like their PR team.
That sounded almost as good as Stolar's when he went back to the media.
But Stolar's didn't address it as directly as that.
No, he didn't say I basically ate my words.
Yeah. Ullmark was like, my bad. Mendez got to me.
I just find it like almost unbelievable that Ullmark, who's been around a little bit now, would just not know the consequences of calling out your team as being immature. I mean,
people see it as a motivational tool at your disposal.
I get sometimes you go and you want to say certain things, but you just don't frame them in the right way. And there's still ways of getting that point across, but you got to be really smart about it.
Yeah. I think it also depends too, like, do you want to give authentic answers to the media when they ask you questions?
No, you don't. You don't.
Yeah, see,
because it gets you in trouble.
Yeah.
You run the risk of getting yourself in trouble.
For sure.
So the answer's not all the time.
Right.
Pick and choose when you want to be authentic and when it's needed. And
authentic in praise,
like,
dishonest in...
There are PR departments. There are people there who are paid full time to help you. Like, does the PR guy go and take a leak after the game and then just forget that these players are going out there?
How is he supposed to know who's fired up or who's feeling?
That's your job.
In there, you should have biometric scanners and all the players.
That is 100% your job.
I do think that it's kind of selected on the principles of the game in terms of, it's the captain, and then it's a guy that scored a goal. It's, if the goalie had a good game.
And the goalie.
It's not always the goalie.
Every press guy wants the goalie.
Yeah, but you don't always have to give them to him.
You don't always have to give them to him. Correct.
Yeah.
You're 100% correct. Yeah, pick and choose.
But they also, not to be in defense of PR departments, but
okay,
you're going to come across, if a goalie has a bad game and he just called out his team, and you don't put him back out there, you're going to come across as unjournalistic. You have to.
You can live with that for a day or two.
Sure, but I'm just saying what the perception of the team would be.
Gave it to his team after the game.
Yeah.
Where is the PR guy going? Okay, all right. He's a little hot right now. I got to go talk to him before he goes and sees the media.
Yeah, I think
maybe they did that, and he still blasted through it.
I think it's hard to know when a guy's
maybe they did, but if that's the case, then you didn't do a good enough job because he still did it anyway.
And is any of this a big problem at all? I mean, it's...
Yeah, it is a big problem.
I mean,
it is.
They went out the next day and won, and he played well.
No, he's not played well. There are 860 and 870 save percentages since the blow-up here, and he's feeling stressed.
But his expected goals.
Right? And they're stressed because of it. I don't know. Like, everybody's sitting there going, oh, you know what? First 10 games, 12 games, no problem. They'll get the chemistry in 20 games. But it's the stress of the first 10 or 15 that may come as wear and tear mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It has a toll on you over 82 games.
Our coach used to let us practice with 3 tennis balls for a
there
scrimmage.
You go.
That used to loosen things up.
Love it.
All right.
We're going to do another hour.
We got another hour to go. It's the Leaf Edition Hour. Our thanks to Doug MacLean. Rick Tocchet will help us tee up the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Philadelphia Flyers Saturday night. Hopefully it's not up against a Game 7, Sammy.
You're telling me, brother.
I'll do my part tonight. We're back after these words. Don't go away. One hour. That's what we have left. And then we get ready for a big Game 7 here on the network. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. It's the Real Kyper and Bourne Show, Leaf Hour edition. We are live on Sportsnet 360, Sportsnet 590, The Fan in Toronto, and streaming always on Sportsnet. You can always download us on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. We'll get her going here. For those of you just joining us, didn't catch us in our national hour, we kind of left off the show with, players going to talk to the media, and sometimes it doesn't go the way they want. Dan Kingerski, hope I pronounced that right, who covers the Pittsburgh Penguins, just sent me a note that says, don't blast the PR department for letting a player speak. Everyone complains that players don't say anything. Yeah. Then when they do, can't rip or blame them for letting them say it. That's what you're trying to say too, right?
I mean, I have said those exact words to you like at least 3 times.
No, but I don't think that means, these guys should just go say whatever they want and we're not allowed to be critical of what they say. To me, I think if we want an authentic vibe from a player. I liked to speak to media in my time as much as we didn't have the Toronto attention. I like to let people know.
And first of all, Dan, thanks for listening. Yep. Appreciate it. And I do agree with him. My point is, though, if the PR department isn't on top of these situations, then Calgary, Toronto, and Ottawa, with their goalies going to the press, are 0 for 3 on the effect it has on your club moving forward. And that's their job, is to go 3 for 3.
I roll my eyes at that.
Why?
Well, how are they 0 for 3? The Calgary's was stinky.
But they still stink.
Yeah.
Calgary stunk since he said it.
But
Stolars and the Leafs have been brutal.
They were 2-7.
They're going to stink either way.
No, they're not, Sam. They're not. It doesn't help. It could make it worse. Don't say it has no effect on a hockey club.
I'm not saying it has no effect.
I argue with the conclusion that it has a negative one.
It has an effect on the room, and it's negative. Okay.
Ullmark won the next game, and he said, "We actually are mature now." He fixed it. I don't know. I just don't.
They against Calgary. They needed a come from behind, and he was not very good to start. He gave up two goals on 6 shots. Okay, it was not good. Yeah, that's just my point. That it's just be careful.
I get
PR department.
I get it.
Be careful.
I get it. It's you don't want to tear down teammates, and being a part of a functional team is important.
All right, in a few minutes, we'll welcome in head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, Rick Tocchet, who is also Toronto guy, big Blue Jay fan. Big Blue Jay fan. I hope still.
Yep.
Or did he go right back to the Phillies? I'm not sure. But we'll get his thoughts as the Leafs probably have a tough battle on their hands on a Philadelphia team that may be slowly getting better. And we just had Doug MacLean on earlier. He talked about the maturity of Zegras, and maybe he's finally ready to step up and be that star that once upon a time had him on the cover of a video game.
It's crazy. Like, they're 6-3-1. Zegras is leading the team in points with 12 in 10 games, just really cool. And +6 too, tops on the team. And then you're doing this while Matvei Michkov has 1 goal in 10 games. He had an injury and came into camp apparently not in great shape, wasn't able to train the same way because of the injury. So cool that they're having the success they are, without getting big performance from a guy they think can be their Celebrini type breakout guy.
If you go to NHL.com and you sort the standings for the Atlantic Division, your Toronto Maple Leafs last.
I don't know if they're technically last.
I mean, no.
Islanders are worse.
No, in the Atlantic.
Oh, in the Atlantic.
But I mean, they are 500 along with Florida and Buffalo.
Where are they in the East?
I didn't look that far. I just looked at the Atlantic and saw them in dead last.
Oh,
Yeah, Boston technically has more points, but is below 500. But yeah, they're sorted at the bottom of the pile as of today.
And they've had slow starts before.
Yeah.
But no one in the last 9 years, 10 years, I don't know, 10.
And if
I've seen them like that low.
If you sort by points percentage, they are in second last.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it is a little bit of a strange feeling for Leaf fans who are actually paying attention outside of the Jays.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the standings are not nearly as spooky as the hockey being played by the Leafs. The standings are, you win 2 hockey games, you're in third place. It's not crisis mode in terms of points yet, but it is crisis mode in terms of, gosh, it looks bad and it's tough to see it turning. Tanev supposed to come back on Saturday night.
Feeling a lot better, yep.
Which is really encouraging. Scott Lawton has been skating. It sounds like he's going to return to the Leafs lineup, if not Saturday, shortly thereafter. I think those are both significant moves or additions, I should say.
Well, if you get the Scotty Lawton that we think is close now to being that guy,
it kills me that
right?
he
That start from the trade, and maybe it was deep down still not being able to kind of wrap his head around not being a flyer anymore, because he loved being a flyer.
Yeah.
Maybe it took him that long to kind of get over it. But I appreciate him as a player, but we're talking about a third or fourth line player. They're going to need a lot more out of their lineup to convince people that they can still now keep pushing here for a cup.
So just some updates from the coach, because he spoke later, so I didn't get a chance to grab the audio because we were on air. But Craig Berube says Scott Lawton is doubtful to play tomorrow. Stephen Lorentz is day-to-day. Chris Tanev says he has cleared protocol and is likely to play. William Nylander says he felt good today, and we'll see how he is tomorrow. So we're on a day-to-day basis with him. And once again, fellas, the lines have been thrown into a blender. Your top line, Nyes, Matthews, Nylander, Michelli, Tavares, McMahon, Joshua, while Cowan stays together, Sammy Blais, Domi, and Yarncroc, Robertson, and Lawton on the outside looking in, Riley, Carlo, Benoit, McCabe, OEL, Tanev, Stolarz projected to start.
Top line loaded up.
I don't think Nylander should play, because it sounds to me whatever's bothering him is nagging, and they've used the word manage him. Mm-hmm. And you know how I feel about 10 games in, the word manage.
Yeah, manage means don't play the guy.
Get it cleaned up here. Keep them out 7 to 10 days, but
do they have 7 to 10 days without their best player?
I don't know. Yeah, they do. They have no choice. They have no choice.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
but
there's
if this thing's going to keep recurring, it's a big problem.
Do we know what it is? You got a thought?
I know Springer's oblique.
Yeah.
You know that?
He's going to have a tough time playing.
Hold on. Are you just speculating about that, or do you know that? Because that's news if you know.
Oh,
that.
Is it? Oh, never mind.
I mean, I think we knew he pulled something aside, right? That was not.
It was side discomfort. You never know.
Well,
could have just
broke a rib swinging hard. I think it's pretty clear.
They could say he's managing it.
Yeah.
Not the Leafs after 10 games.
That puts Bo back at second base tonight, right? Good.
I don't know. I got to tell you, it doesn't matter. Yeah. It just doesn't matter. It's 2 games to win the World Series. Just win a ball game. You can do it without Springer. You can do it with Bo wherever he's playing. Just win the game. Okay. Win the game. I don't care.
Squirrel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, says Andropoulos over there. Diehard fan going to the game. Maybe we could talk Jays. They're playing Game 6 of the World Series, pal.
Jeez.
Holy hell.
Yeah. They're going to see a fairly quick team again, I think. I don't know if they're going to be as fast as Columbus. I found Columbus very fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Tocchet's got them sorted out, right? They're playing solid hockey. They're feeling good about their direction, their culture. It's all part of, sort of a turnaround there for these guys. And what I do like is the bets they've placed on a guy like Zegras. Sounds like Jamie Drysdale playing some better hockey. That's going to be an important piece for them. I think a lot of Canadians were really turned on to Travis Sanheim during the Four Nations face-off and went, oh, he's long and rangy and can make plays.
Smooth skater.
Yeah, there's lots to like there. And in a year where everyone seems the same, Like, God, honestly, who's the best team in the Atlantic? I don't know. I think you've got a shot. They've got as good a shot as anyone as being a playoff team. Unless we get Danny Briere on in January and he tells us, no, we're not doing that.
We're not trying.
Like last year. Yeah, we're not going for that.
Okay, so you mentioned the lines for tomorrow night, right? Okay, we'll get into that probably after we talk to our next guest, Rick Tocchet, head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, and a guy that we used to have on the show a lot, but he went for more money back behind the bench.
More than zero. Congrats.
Way more money. Talk, how are you, pal?
How you doing? I don't have as much as you, Nick.
I don't know about that. I was teeing you up. At the end of the day, you are still a Toronto guy, a Scarborough guy, and you got to be watching the Jays from afar. Like, I know it's a hockey show talk, but I got to get your thoughts on our ball club up here.
Fun team to watch. It just goes to show you close teams can go far. I mean, I actually like Schneider. I think he's done a hell of a job, as a coach, watching the way he deals with his players' communication stuff. It's fun to watch. So, yeah, I can't wait for the E15 pitch, man. Can't wait.
Do you guys have a lot of Canadians on your team, or is there players rooting for the Jays?
Yeah, we do. We have a pretty good crew there. They're also Philly fans, right? When the Phillies were in the playoffs around training camp, a lot of most of the guys went to all the games. They're pretty. The manager actually, Rob Thompson, is Canadian. He's from Sarnia. Huge hockey fan. Huge hockey fan. He invited me to a couple of games, and so yeah, it's fun to see Canadians do really well in baseball.
Talk, before we get into your team specifically, I want to get your thoughts on just how the city in Philadelphia has evolved. I mean, we were once upon a time together, leaving junior hockey, you in the Soo, me in North Bay, and going to, in the early to mid-'80s as a Philadelphia Flyer and absorbing that culture then. And then you came back to the Flyers at the end of your career, and now you are as a head coach in 2025. And what have you seen out of the city that's changed or remained the same?
Yeah, Philly's the same. Very passionate. It's a gritty town. Obviously, they love their sports. Speaking of the Flyers, they've always had the tradition of taking care of their players. Mr. Schneider, one of the best owners, in sports. And now Comcast, Mr. Robertson owns it. They're doing the same thing here. They really take care of the families, that family atmosphere. I can tell since I've been back what they're trying to do. And they're trying to get on the map. Listen, the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, being how good they are. The Phillies, last 3-4 years, always been one of the top teams in baseball. So, trying to get off the back page. We're trying to get in the front page and, get the Flyer fans back cheering our team. So we got a long way to go, but we're chipping away, Nick. We're chipping away.
Yeah, like 3 straight wins. You guys are 6-3-1, +6 goal differential. Positive things happening there for you. To what do you credit the team's hot start, Talk?
Yeah. I would say the buy-in from day one. The guys asked a lot of questions. They're listening. They're tired of losing. There's no secret that Danny and Jonesy started a rebuild a few years ago. Now they're trying to transition to stop selling players. Now can we acquire players? That's the next level. I mean, we still got a ways to go, but I got to give the players the buy-in. They're trying to do the right things. They're trying to understand playing these. Like every game's been a 1 goal except the Nashville, I think, or Winnipeg. So most of our games have been 1 goal pressure situations. It's so valuable for these players. We have, I think we're the 4th youngest team for these guys to play these pressure games. I know it's only October, but the more games that we can play under pressure, the better for the development of our guys, for the Cates and Forresters and Brinks. And you go down the list of young guys, Mitchkoff. So that's what we're trying to establish here is can we play under pressure?
So, Talk, from the moment the Flyers entered the league, there was an association with some real star power, right, from Bob Clark and we lost Bernie Perrant, but and then we went to our era with Mark Howe and Tim Kerr and
Yes.
They'll throw you in there, and then it went to Lindros and Leclerc. And I'm just wondering now, is a guy like Trevor Zegras able to kind of make that step and take charge like that, like many of the greats I just mentioned in the city of Philadelphia?
Yeah, listen, he's a dynamic player. He loves, he loves the spotlight. So you want players like that to embrace it. Now, him coming to this year, he's actually had a couple of down years, and people have questioned his play. So he's got a chip on his shoulder. But he's really come in, and the fans love him, because he can make a play, he can score off the rush. He'll make that spinorama back pass in the slot. Like things that that I guess that's been missing here. So he knows he has a chance to capture that, but he also has to know, he has to know how to play the game the right way too. And I think he's really mixed in well with that. Even in his practice habits are getting better. He just seems very dialed in, we're benefiting from right now.
So I know that there's bigger names for us to ask about, and we probably will, but you're on during the Leafs hour, so I got to ask you, how's Nikita Grebenkin been for you? What are your thoughts on him so far?
I told him, you know what? He's been the management love him here. Danny and Jonesy really love him. So, I try to, he's going to play tomorrow night. Trying to play him 2 or 3 games, then he spends some times with our coaches on the ice to get to speed some stuff. So, but we got to play him because I think he needs some ice time. But he's done a really nice job. Hash mark down, really good with the puck. Takes the puck to the net. Not as scared to go in the corners. Now it's learning the game. The North American style of game is the next step. His defensive reads, just his reading of the play is something that we're going to keep working on. But there's something there. There's something there that he's definitely a guy that can really contribute for our team.
As far as the blue line is concerned, what have you seen so far? Drysdale's a guy that came in with a lot of promise. I know he's battled some injuries, and then the trade. What have you seen from him and the group collectively?
Yeah, I think when I got hired, Danny and Jonesy made a priority for, they wanted Drysdale and York. Can we get them to play? What are they? What can they do? Like they weren't quite sure where they were. They believe in them, and I think they're right. If you look at York and Drysdale from day one, have really played well for the team. Both mobile, both can make plays. And the one thing for Drysdale, especially, and York is a really good defender. Drysdale has really been defending well. He hasn't been getting scored the other night. He's had a couple of assists here and there, but he's not. I told him not even worry about it. When he's on the ice, his analytics are great. We're out shooting the opposition most times when he's on the ice, and that's a good thing. And he's defending well. I think there's a tag on that. He wasn't a good defender, or he was shy out there. Well, he's been the exact opposite. He's been really good defending. He was playing 24, 25 minutes a night. He's a guy, who is he? And I think he's a guy that can really eat some minutes and be that mobile guy that every team craves, right? He's trying to find those mobile defense that can defend.
So looking through the roster this year, guys, second on your team in points right now is your captain, Sean Couturier. He's had up and down years there, almost a curious relationship, it felt like, with the coaching staff before. And it's just sort of an interesting dynamic. How do you see Couturier where he is in his career now?
Yeah, Coots is a guy that, if you look at the last 15 years or 12, 15 years, if you look at two-way centerman, his name's always up there as a guy that can play both sides of the rink. He's a PK guy. He can take draws, and he can play power play. So, obviously last year and maybe the year before, halfway through the year, things didn't go his way. I think he really trained hard this year. He's really got he's the captain of our team. He's tired of losing. So I think he's bought in more than, he's bought in like all the guys, but he's really buying into what we're trying to do here to turn the corner. And I need him. I need him to be the guy, that 200-foot guy, when the teams are making a press, and, we have a young team and we get a little, I call it get antsy out there. He can settle things down. And I think he loves that role. There's been some games where we've been all over the map. The team's making a press. We're running around, and he goes out there, and it's that shift that calms everybody down. So I think he's really embraced that role and being that, the older statesman for our team.
We know he's battled the back surgery, but he left last night against Nashville. I take it he's unavailable this weekend?
Yeah, it's probably 50-50. I don't think he'll be in. But it's not serious, but be tough for him to get in the lineup this weekend, no.
One last player I'll get your 2 cents on, and I think it's coming, is the Matvei Michkov, just 1 goal through 10 games, obviously supremely talented. Is he showing signs of coming around for you?
Yeah, I think the last 3-4 games is the best part of his game. He's playing more north. I think when Meach, he came into camp not the greatest shape, and I think it was a little bit of an ankle injury this summer, I was told. So it was hard for him some nights to really push the pace. But he's changed a little bit in the neutral zone. He's skating forward a lot, and he looks faster. He's had a couple breakaways the last couple of games. He's had some odd man rushes. Before, he would catch a pass, and he'd be skating backwards, or he would scoop the puck and go back, kind of that European style. And I think now he knows that for him to be successful, to play a more north, listen, hash mark down, be creative, do what you want. I don't care what he does. He can. Yeah. If you want to take a guy one-on-one. But in the neutral zone, things like that, I think he has to participate in a team game. Like, you have to be careful. Can't throw pucks in the middle of the ice all the time and make high-risk plays or play a slow game. And I think he's starting to the one thing I love about the kid, every day he comes to work, he works hard in practice, and he's knocking on the assistant coach's door and watching video. The guy loves to watch video and ask. We have an interpreter. We don't always use them because I think sometimes you got to be careful using an interpreter too much, but I think he's getting better at learning the language and the hockey language. So he's really craving the information that we're giving him.
Just one more quick one here, talking, and we'll let you go, I promise. The goaltending situation, Samuel's been there a few years, and now Vladar's there. And just in terms of these guys now and where the Philadelphia Flyer goaltending situation is short-term and long-term, are these guys capable of one day leading you guys to challenge for Stanley Cup?
Yeah, I got to really commend them. Obviously, been a lightning rod here in Philly for the last 5-6 years, the goaltending and the power play. These are two sore subjects around here, and I got to give these two guys credit. Right from day one, Vladar comes in here, very businesslike, really good guy, really good kid. And he's given us a good start every time he's played. He's played very well. We honestly, the first 2 periods against Nashville weren't good. Probably had no business winning that game, especially the first half of the game. And he kept us in the game. And Sammy, the last couple of starts, obviously, going in shootouts. The guy's he's a money. He's one of the best goalies in the league at shootouts. He made a couple of great stops for us to win. So they've done their part. Obviously, we don't want to leave them hang to dry. So we've instilled a defensive system, and hopefully that doesn't give them a lot of grade A's. But when we have given up, they've been there for the stop. So I give them a lot of credit. Come in here and quiet the noise that was buzzing around here before.
Tuck, always appreciate you coming on our show, man. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, boys. Take care.
Yeah,
Talk
thanks.
soon.
Good luck.
That
Appreciate
is
it.
head coach Rick Tocchet as he prepares to face the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow night. Hockey Night in Canada, 6:30 will be pregame, I guess.
I will say I desperately miss having him on our show.
God, that's good content, right?
But remember when he just used to come on, he was so money, and then he comes on, he's just, I love hearing his voice.
Contrary to what Kip is campaigning for, he tells you the truth.
Yes.
He gives you his opinion.
Love that on Michkov.
And he does it. He does it without causing any ruffles.
He's very good at it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Michkov came in not great shape, and he's like, "Hey, I guess he had an ankle injury." Somebody told me.
Somebody told me.
What about Trevor Zegras?
Yeah.
Did you catch that one?
Which part?
The one that he said that practice habits are getting better.
I did catch that.
See, he didn't say he's no good. They're bad.
Getting better.
He says getting better, which
Working
means
on it.
he didn't say it, but they were bad.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy making $5 million, a guy that we all projected to be like the next great young player in our game, i.e. cover of a video game, And years,
That rubs him the wrong
That
way.
you hate that.
I hate that.
You hate
You know
that.
why?
Because you're old. That's
No,
why.
no, it's not because I'm old. Well, I'm old school.
Yeah. Okay.
You earn things.
Yeah.
You don't have them handed to you,
Sure.
Sammy.
Sure. But you're trying to, I mean, you're not trying to sell video games to you, Kyper. You're trying to sell it to young people, and he was doing cool things, and he was cool. I'm not a Zegras guy, but there's a reason they put him on a video game cover because he was popular.
But
amongst
if you
the
does
youths.
change
Sure.
Thank you.
perception of what he
Sure.
is
Thank you.
in the league.
And
But
if
like,
you
could you
connect
tell me
the
one other
dots-
person that was on a video game?
What do you mean?
Like, who was on another cover?
Pat Kane,
Okay.
Just like just
That's right.
random
after
players?
he's won a cup, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. But can't you see guys getting the 8x8 contracts now who've played 80 games in the league? It is happening.
But I don't know
You
how
know what I'm
many
trying to
of
say
them.
at home.
I don't know how any of them, like the coaches, feel about their practice habits.
I got another one for you.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys picked up the Grebenkin thing. He was like, "Yeah, management likes him."
Yeah.
He's like, he's like,
Found that
I got to
interesting.
play
But he
him to
didn't say,
develop.
"I don't like
no,
him."
he didn't. He said,
We read between the lines so good on
he's
this
like,
show.
I gotta play him to develop him.
I noticed that.
So
I noticed
you
that
know,
too.
we're gonna keep rolling him out there.
Danny likes him. Keith likes him.
My bosses like him, so I got to play him.
So we're playing him.
That's what I do on this show. Eh? People ask me what you guys are like. I'm like, Fabs like Sammy.
Fair enough.
Mid.
Before we move on, because you wanted to talk about the lines more, I just wanted to remind everybody that Real Kyper and Bourne are playing in the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic in support of Easter Seals Ontario. Nick and Justin, along with other Sportsnet personalities, myself included, will be taking to the ice to raise money for this great cause. You can support our team fundraising by scanning the QR code on your screen right now. If you're watching on Sportsnet,
Yeah.
Sportsnet Plus, YouTube, wherever you're watching, scan that QR code, support our team. I was talking with one of our boys from sales today, Kevin, about who we're going to have on the team and all that. Says people are donating. People are
Oh, yeah?
are sending in donations, so I'm really happy
And
to hear that. So
There's no
Whatever you can
there's
do.
not too little or too much.
100%.
It's whatever $1, 10,
yeah,
whatever the case is, whatever you feel right is
Helps,
much
shows you
appreciated.
care,
And-
and goes to my Achilles reconstruction surgery. after.
you got to stop with that. I know.
I don't want to.
It's also not a thing that happens in hockey. I mean,
Yeah.
outside of Max Pacioretty, really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Happens at
and
softball for
this
guys
is
like
my
that.
first appearance since breaking ribs.
Oh, really? You haven't
Yeah.
on the ice since?
I won't
No,
let
I have
anyone
not been
touch
on
you.
this.
Don't worry, boss.
Oh, yeah. The flippers are off. Anyone time?
Yeah.
Listen.
Oh, the stick's high
Oh, yeah.
the whole day.
Do you guys? But you
I'll never
are
forget
you?
my junior hockey coach. Just stick
Yeah.
up. We'll kill the penalty for you.
Are you? Do you wear a mask? Cage?
I wear a visor.
Okay, no go cage.
I've got a visor on because I want a cage. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
I want a cage. I
Once we saw
know
my-
we're going to be playing this when I'm here with a broken nose or something.
We
But
had a
anyway.
bunch of guys on our team that had visors until my boy Fearsy got hit in the mouth
Yeah.
with a high stick and knocked out his two front teeth, and then everybody got.
I'm
a
like,
mask.
I wore a cage in college. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
fine with
Cage.
cage. I just
Cage.
have a
Anyways.
visor on.
We can move on now. I just wanted to make sure everybody, and thank you for all those who've donated so far, and continue to donate if you haven't already. So thank you. Lines you wanted to talk about before we got to
Yeah.
talk?
Who does it look like is out Saturday? night?
Robertson.
and
And Lawton.
no,
He's on the outside.
and
Okay,
also
forget Lawton.
Lorenz too, right?
Lorenz is not
Lorenz.
playing. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I like Nick. I like Nick's energy. I like
Me too.
his work ethic right now, and I don't think it should be understated.
I agree. And
I don't
and
get the scratch.
If you
with
want to
him.
make it like a merit-based thing, he's works hard. He had a couple of points last game. I don't know.
Don't agree with that scratch.
Yeah.
And I'm not that guy
It's
to
got to be
defend him.
Really frustrating.
Absolutely.
Well, he's maybe in one of the most frustrating positions in the league because he's like, trade me, right now, hang up the phone. And they're like, we can't get enough from you or for you, and we'd rather have you because you're better than our next best guy. So you're just stuck. This is essentially what being an RFA is it not? So you have no control
It's
unless you just withhold your services, which you've already signed the contract.
like he's not one of this team's 12
Can't
best
do that.
forwards through the games that you've watched.
Yeah, sure he is.
For sure, he is.
Yeah.
So, coach doesn't agree. Do you want to go to break and then we'll do game time on the other side?
Time then go. So
Sure.
Yeah, do
Well, I
game
just gotta-
time.
I just gotta pull up.
I just love doing the calls.
All right.
I gave
All right, go to break first.
I gave Kyper my lineup, but I'll pull it up here. I got it here.
No.
No, I got it right now. All right, let's go.
I'll read
It's
it.
game time. Presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. Pathetic. I still have to read it, quite frankly.
I was actually just thinking that as you're saying, it's kind of crazy. I don't really know it either, though.
Yeah, so there you go. So I wonder what we'll be talking about in this edition of Game Time. We're going to have to dive into hockey next week.
Javes minus 105.
So let's look at it from this perspective. The futures. How about the World Series most valuable player? Who do you think the favorite is?
Got to be Vladdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus 200. The next favorite is Shohei Ohtani at plus 230. Do you know who the next favorite is?
Give me
Kirk.
Kirky.
Kirky is not the next favorite. The next favorite
Trey.
is Yamamoto at
Oh.
plus 1,400.
Oh, you.
Plus 1,400.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You.
I mean, if he
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it's not.
if he treats the Jays like the Hashin Tigers tonight,
Hey, shout out to my good pal, Andrew Stoughton, who dropped, just so you know, statistic of the Dodgers have lost 10 of Yoshinobu Yamamoto's
Thanks
last
for bringing that.
19 starts.
I like that. That's a good stat. And Alejandro Kirk is 25-1, which to me is like
He's a big dinner tonight. Pick someone off.
But this is the thing, though. It's a MVP. It's a best player award. And if the best player is somewhat,
It's only this series, though.
It's in.
Yeah.
If the Jays win, it's
Vladdy.
in Major League Baseball's best interest to give it to Vladdy.
Yeah.
For sure it is.
And even the Jays.
Yeah, anything even close, it's like tie goes to the famous guy.
And
Correct.
Captain Kirk will be completely fine with that.
I think he'll be really happy with that. And for the actual line of the game, whoop, I just lost it here quickly. Sorry, I'm pulling it back up. The Toronto Blue Jays are plus 120 tonight. It's gone down a bit. Little money's coming on the Jays. The LA Dodgers are minus 140 now tonight. So still the favorites tonight because of Yamamoto on the mound. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff tonight, fellas. Pretty
I'm glad I got to do
stuff.
trick-or-treating so I have something to do till
Yeah, I'm going to go sit on my hands.
So this,
Maybe crush a Coors Light or two, if I'm being totally honest.
I got to tell you guys that I've really enjoyed the Blue Jay run,
Yeah.
Tired.
but I'm exhausted.
Same.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you're working it?
And
Like doing the broadcast every night and like
Shout
Blair
out
and Barker.
Blair and Barker.
this is our last show, right?
Well, Monday will probably be same
I'm just
hours.
saying it's our last show with the Jays still going. We know it's going to end
Yeah,
Saturday night.
yeah.
So
The
we're
Leafs
not sure.
bill-
Monday, if we're 2 to 4 on
2 to 4
Monday,
to Monday, and then,
and then
move,
Tuesday we
we'll
move
go.
4 to 6
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, unless
Yeah.
I don't know about.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
And-
these words out loud, but if there's
Yeah.
something where a lot of people go in the streets, things could change.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
We are presumably going back to our
Yeah.
regular time slot very soon.
Yeah. So bear with us for a little bit more Blue Jay
And
talk.
we're almost done talking.
We're almost done.
Who's almost
We
done?
got at least
Anyways,
another day on that.
That was Game Time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
We may be coming to an end with all this Blue Jay talk this weekend, but I think on the Leaf line, we might get a little bit more, Sammy.
Couple moments.
I can't wait.
Couple mentions.
You have your say on the Toronto Maple Leafs for those of you that have been paying attention and spreading the love between the Jays and the Leafs. We get your thoughts on our Leaf line when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. Welcome back to Real Kyper and Bourne, Leaf Edition. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. So you were saying off the air, you can tell between people that are rich or not by if they're going to the game.
No, I was just saying I'm surprised by talking to some people I knew that I don't know. And they're like, yeah, I just bought a few tickets. You're like,
Bought a few tickets.
Yeah, like, you're doing very well. Congrats. Way to go.
There's a chance that a lot of these people had these tickets or season
Well, I mean,
they bought packages or so.
Very much so.
Tickets went on sale before the World Series, and a few people just instead of buying game 1 and 2, they bought
got
game
6, 7.
Buddy,
Yeah,
I
so-
went on to buy
how much
game
were they?
7 first
I
things
mean,
first,
face
and they were
value.
no cheaper.
$300
value.
bucks, $300 each, $400
Well,
bucks each.
Sam, there's 200,000 people in the queue. So how many people got face value tickets?
Not many.
Yeah.
Mostly bots probably got them, but what
Bots is the thing.
we don't need to get into it, but the resale stuff has been pretty sickening. over this little bit, but we don't need to get
Sub
too much into that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think,
but it's
I think
worldwide.
Listen.
now people are driving the prices up
Not
from
in Europe.
spoken
people
like
flying home or flying in.
spoken like a rich guy.
I was talking about Kip when I said that.
Can't Major League Baseball cap
No.
that
Well, I
the
mean,
market?
they can't, not to get into politics here, but recently they canceled the resale thing. So, like, there's no cap on it. So they can just charge whatever the hell they want, and they are. And
they
people
are.
are paying it. And there's rich Jays fans,
and
and they get to go tonight. So good for them.
And they're the same people that want to cap the baseball players on their next collective bargaining agreement.
I'm not
Probably.
even
So-
engaging in that conversation
So
today.
you can have a free market for the fans on ticket prices, but you don't want a free market on the ball players.
Nathan Lucas hitting second, George Springer leading off. The whole lineup, buddy. They're
You
loaded.
don't like that conversation.
I don't see this is not the day to
Yeah,
talk
I
about
agree.
salary caps.
Well, we're talking about tickets and
Can-
pricing of tickets.
Can I
That's
do
fine.
can I read the lineup? Can I do it as like
Yes,
if I was
please.
as if I was Ben Schulman or Dan Schulman? Can I read it?
Yes.
DHing and leading off for your Toronto Blue Jays,
Oh,
George Springer.
Okay, stop right there.
'Kay.
Okay. How good is he going to be?
Doesn't matter. If he's ready to go, he's got to be in there.
60%?
He's been your
Can you
M-
swing at 60%?
been your MVP all
I know.
year.
You got
He's
to
in
try it, right?
Yeah.
Try.
He's in there.
Gotta try.
So if he takes a couple of cuts and he can't do it, then
yeah, you
He's
go
out.
back
He's
to
out.
Yeah.
Davis or whoever.
okay,
Uh,
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Left field, hitting second, Nathan Lucas. At first, hitting third, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. At second, hitting cleanup, Bo Bichette. In center, hitting fifth, Dalton Varsho. Hitting sixth, Alejandro Kirk. Catching, hitting seventh. In right field, Addison Barger. Ben Schulman's job is safe. Hitting eighth and playing third, Ernie Clement. And hitting ninth, playing shortstop, Jimenez.
Ooh, that's it, buddy. That's the A
I like it.
lineup.
They can't do much better than that.
No.
That's it.
That's nailed.
Let's win a World Series. Let's start. Can we do the calls?
Yes.
Let's start with John Doe in Toronto.
Hey guys, I was just wondering if the Jays, the Blue Jays, do the Jays and Jays, or do the Jays and Jays, Blue Jays, the Jays? You know, because the Blue Jays, and Blue Jays. So the Jays, Blue Jays, Jays. So does that mean Blue Jays, Jays?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
JJ's Blue
Great show.
Jays.
I love that.
What am I missing here?
He just said Jays 100 times. It's funny. It was a
So does
question.
that mean Blue
That's all we're
Jays?
talking about, baby. It's all
Blue
that
Jays,
matters.
Jays?
The only topic.
I love that call.
I do too. That's really good.
Can we get to a real one?
Yeah, sure. Let's go to let's do Alex from Nova Scotia.
This team doesn't look like they're getting coached. And there's a guy out there. His name's Pete DeBoer. He's a pretty good coach. Just throwing that out there.
Just
Hey,
throwing that out there.
There is a free trip to the conference finals awaiting. with
And
Pete
losing
DeBoer.
in, was it losing in game 7? No, he wins every game
wins game
7,
seven.
but it hasn't
Yeah.
coached in the finals. Is that right?
I do not see a coaching change
Yeah.
anywhere
I'm just saying
close
that's on
to
the
the
top.
horizon. But I will say this.
People are calling in October.
No, for sure. And those calls will not go away until they straighten a few things out.
Yeah.
And is Craig or Brad Treliving or Keith Pelly, they're just going to have to deal with it until they start seeing the team that they think can compete.
Yeah. I mean, he's been the coach for 13 months, not too long. And also, once they moved on from Shanahan, it felt like Craig Berube became a bigger part of the organization. It felt like Keith Pelly welcomed him under his wing and is one of the difference influencers.
This team is run right now by Brad Treliving and Craig Berube.
Right. They are.
Whatever department, however big the department is, it's just funneled right down to those two guys.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. I get the first thing because I've said earlier that I haven't seen the buy-in from this team. We had Rick Tocchet come on and say, what have you liked about your team? He said the buy-in, one team's winning, one isn't. That's part of his job now.
Well, there is pressure right now on Craig and Brad. And I think it's equal too, because Brad, I know he feels like it was overstated, the DNA comment, but change the words, whatever you want to call it. They've gotten softer. They've gone softer, not tougher. And even though you went bigger with Nick Waugh and Dakota Joshua, like there's no physical presence from them whatsoever. Joshua, to me, looks like a guy that wants to handle the puck and make plays and score goals, which is fine if you can do that. But if you can't, then show that grit and in your face type of guy that they think that they traded for.
Yeah, I find it tough to argue that that's not an element of either their game. Yeah, I don't know. I had someone write me and say that maybe he didn't mean change the DNA, but change them to DNR, and do not resuscitate. I thought that was bleak. I was like, oh my God. Tough fans out there right now.
Let's go to Sierra from Wyoming.
Before the season started, I decided that mental torture wasn't torture enough, and that my average running body was going to run 1 kilometer per goal against the Leafs this year. And in true Leafs fashion, in one regard, they have not let me down in my running goals. And I have now completed well over 70 kilometers from the beginning of the preseason until now.
Preseason?
So at least by the end of the year, I might be in great shape. Can't say the same for them. Anyway, happy Halloween. Go Jays go, and hopefully the Leafs figure it out here soon. Bye.
What an arbitrary metric of how much you're going to run. That's so funny.
So
preseason seems harsh on the old bod.
We heard Rick Tocchet earlier in this show talk about Mishkov about conditioning.
You should have been doing that.
Do you watch the Leafs at all and question whether some of those guys are in shape or not, and whether they'll ever be as in good of shape as Sierra?
Yes.
Every night.
Really?
I will say I have genuinely had that question. We've had multiple days where they're not practicing today. And it's just like they don't seem to have that extra push, and maybe they're not fast. We've talked a lot about maybe they're not a fast team, but I don't know. That can be part of it if you don't have the extra legs late in the game.
I mean, you can point the finger at a lot of things, but that one has to be one of them.
Yeah, that's something you can take care of too. And I'm curious. It's just tough in season. Like, when do you put the boys on the line?
Can't even practice.
Yeah.
Barely get any practice time now with the condensed schedule and the Olympics, and it ain't getting any better.
She's going to be a marathoner here.
Let's go to Jared in Hamilton, please.
I was at the Leafs game against the Flames on Tuesday with only suits and sickos in the crowd, obviously. And when they had the Leafs troops, the guy presenting the Leafs alumni for the game was Jake Gardner. And there's an audible groan in the crowd. And it just got me wondering, who do you think would be the worst received Leaf alumni to present a jersey to the troops? Thanks, boys, and go Jays.
I presented a week ago. I thought for sure he was going to say me.
No, you got some love. You got lots of love.
I don't know about I
didn't see that. Did you see the video of it?
What's that? Yeah, lots of love.
What game was it? Rangers?
No.
What game was it?
Before Calgary, Buffalo, I think.
Oh, the Saturday against Buffalo.
Who would be the worst received former Leaf?
Mitch Marner.
It would be a tough one today. Today it would be a tough one.
Vince Carter's jersey hangs in the rafters at Scotiabank Arena, so anything's possible. Yeah. But right now it wouldn't be great.
It's tough. It is tough for some of these guys because -3, I think, in Boston, or -4, Jake.
Listen,
it's still kind of fresh in a lot of people's minds.
It wasn't -4; it was -5.
Oh,
and
gosh.
Here's what I'll tell you.
I'm trying to help him.
Here's what I'll tell you. I will help him. You know who gets off the hook in that so hard is Frederik Andersen, who led in 3 or 4 beer leaguers in that third period. And poor Jake Gardner, who was miscast playing 20 minutes of light against the Bruins, had to eat it.
So we found a new player that we think might have a tough time.
Freddie?
Yeah, Freddie. I'll never forgive him for that. His playoff stuff, elimination games, is like the sneaky first real problem with this team.
Yeah.
Where they never got a save.
Jake Gardner
won a game.
No.
Jake Gardner could fly.
Jake Gardner was so talented.
He was a breathtaking skater.
So talented.
Oh, yeah. That, you talk about the guy that could cradle the puck at the line and fire it kind of cross seam. He was that guy.
Leafs power play could use.
Oh my God, prime Jake Gardner right now on the But I will say, for my Leaf fan friends listening, the core of many group chats is disagreements about Jake Gardner.
Oh yeah,
people who love Jake Gardner and people who hate Jake Gardner. It's been one for a long time. Let's go to Rick from Prince George, British Columbia.
Go Cougars, go! Hey, listen, full disclosure, I'm not a Leaf fan, but I am a hockey fan, and I'm just curious. Did the Maple Leafs give Matthews that C a little too early? I believe that ever since he put it on, he's been weighed down. He's tethered to something that we can't see. Anyway, great show. Happy Halloween. Go Jays, go. Love you guys. Bye.
See, Rick's a real Kyper Bourne fan.
Love you
Most
guys.
important.
That's how nice is that?
Really
Love
nice.
you too, Rick.
Also,
we love Prince George, BC too.
and shout out the Spruce Kings. That was the junior A team.
What a
Prince George
great
Spruce Kings.
team name.
Great name.
I think
I bet their
unless
jerseys
unless
rocked.
we see a
So-
major change in the way Austin goes about his business, this will be one of the most debated things in a long time when it comes to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Can I give you, I'll throw you just another knuckle curve onto this whole thing. Everyone's talking about, okay, Mitch Marner left. That's one thing. Okay, it happened when he got the captaincy. One other thing that he no longer has is Sheldon Keefe. And now he's playing a totally different system. And the second they've started playing this direct, straight, whatever, he's not been as effective.
So, do you think it's just a chemistry thing between Austin and his head coach right now?
No, I'm saying the system the coach employs changes
Same
where
thing.
he is on the ice and how he
Yeah.
touches the puck.
Which is not a good thing in general for him.
We're trying to pull in all the potential factors. Like that one doesn't get brought up very much, but they're doing different things than they were when he was having a lot of individual success. I don't know if that has a factor or not. But
The C thing is, he's kind of never been the same.
yeah, but same with Keefe, same with Marner. These are all the same.
But Marner was good last
Yeah,
year.
Marner found a
He
way
had
under
career year.
Craig Berube's system to
Career year.
put 102 points up on the board.
Tavares was great last year under him. Willie, great.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something to it if you're asking me.
But to Justin's
lot of
point,
pressure, man.
whatever case, it's not working for him,
Yeah.
right? So it ultimately has to fall on, I believe, the player for sure to just find a way.
The last caller I have, it's just too much of a Debbie Downer, and it's just like,
Let's
No,
not.
no, no, no,
We got
no.
2.5
no,
minutes
no,
left.
no.
Vibes.
Yeah. So we're done with calls. So that's our calls for today. Let's play the first call again. Just the first bit of the first call that we had there. John Doe from Parts Unknown.
Hey, guys. I'm just wondering if the Jays, the Blue Jays.
Perfect.
do
That's
the
all we need to hear.
Jays.
Blue Jays, Jays?
Kipper,
Are you going to be okay if this thing goes to 7 games?
no. Flat out, no. But I mean,
Is it
Just
Would it be an 8 p.m. start on the?
yes, Saturday night.
there is a
It's a
saying.
Long time to
Saturday.
sit around.
There's a saying out there that was long before I got to experience it. The fourth win, closing out a series,
Yeah.
is the toughest
Of course.
one.
Yeah, it's almost like they had to do it in Yankee Stadium and then had to come back from, down 2 in the 7th inning of a ALCS game. It's almost like they've closed games out before. Had to win the division on the final day. Had to beat the Rays to get it.
They've
Team's
answered
closed.
every question.
This is a bigger question that they need to answer, and I believe they will tonight. I do.
Yeah, man.
I feel
do.
good too.
It's just
I feel good too.
They say there's no momentum in sports, but it's impossible to watch this Jays team and not feel like what they're doing is something real.
Destined.
Yeah. Like they talk about vibes, man.
I've been
This
watching.
whole group is like,
Of course, you're watching the clips of Joe Carter from '93 where he hits a walk-off home run. Like that is in play tonight.
it's on the
They have
table.
a home game with a chance to win the World Series. Like if it goes into the bottom of the 9th inning tied, there's legitimately a chance.
That order they got right there, any of them.
When Joe Carter
Who's your
hit,
pick?
when Joe Carter hit, where were you guys?
Barger.
Where were you guys? Like,
Sitting
were
on my
you
living
mature-
room floor as a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I
5
was
years
I
old?
was 12 and I was at my house running up and down the stairs
Yeah.
of our house.
I was
In the bullpen?
a Washington Capital trying to listen to the game on a bus.
No way. Really?
And I was the cool guy because I'm the only one with a Sony Walkman who had AM and FM.
Wow. Whoa. Mr. Technology. Go Jays,
And
go.
I was giving everybody updates.
That's awesome.
Okay.
How's that?
Blue Jays. Let's play
No
ball.
reason at all to change the channel from
Let's go,
here on
Bards.
in.
There he is.
It's Sportsnet all night long.
coming out of the pen.
Go Jays, go. Have a great weekend, everybody. We're back on Monday.